Hello and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Now, we have a very simple quest to do today. We have to go to Patax, and we have to do Highborn at heart. We have to meet Octavia's mother, which I think might be our last companion quest. Yeah, as you know, Valerie's is still incomplete as well, but you know, Reg's is done. Gathal's, let's not talk about it. Harim's is done, Lindsay's is done. Oh, Lindsay's has more as well. Okay, Lindsay's, though, is probably... Yeah, because hers is the main story, isn't it? It starts with the main story, doesn't it? Yeah. So, her quest, her companion quest probably isn't going to end until the very end. Octavia, we're going to have one more slot. We have us, where obviously our story's not done yet. The other ones that we have, I'm trying to think. We have the kineticists. We probably have another one for them. Knock Knocks is done. Is really test my memory of who's still left alive. So it's like Valerie, Octavia, and Lindsay. I think that's it, because Amiri's done, and I can't remember any other companion. Jubilost is done. Yeah. Oh, yes, talking about companions, this is going to be really cool if it works. Look what I did. It's an Excel spreadsheet! I know, you're very excited. But basically, this is instead of writing down everything and going like, oh, how many days have we got left? And then having to write down a tally as we go forward. What I decided to do was basically just turn it into an Excel spreadsheet. And there we go. And we can kind of see how things are going. So that's what I'm going to be updating from now on. And also, I can show you me updating it. So you have a better idea to visualize instead of me just saying, oh, I'm writing this down. Which, to be fair, doesn't really add very much. Anyway. Let's head out. Hopefully the starting numbers are correct on that as well, because I didn't really check them, but I just assumed what I'd written was right. Oh, why am I walking? What's this with walking? We're just going to go to Veros. Yeah, lowercase hurts every time. Right, and to Patax. And the thing about Patax is there's also places we need to go there, and people we need to speak to who we haven't spoken to yet about all sorts of things. So... yes, I'm very interested in seeing what's going on there. Right. Down into Patax. Right. I wonder what other things we're going to have here. Ooh, Lonely Mansion. So that must be Octavia's one. I wonder if there's going to be any kind of events for coming back here. Like, just general events. Oh, no. Anyway, I'm going to Lonely Mansion first, because this is Octavia's. And this one I'm imagining should be nice and peaceful, because it's just Octavia meeting her mother. Which, you know, is a very nice thing. Assuming we're in the right place. Let me just check. That one's fine. Yeah, okay. Let's walk through here. Oh! You wish to see the Marchioness? Follow me. Alright. I can do that. Oh. Oh, and Reg came as well. Oh, that's neat. I wonder if he would have come if you hadn't brought him along. Or whether it wouldn't have let you come in here if she didn't come along. Oh! Florida della Fiorni. She was the one who was hanging out in our court for ages, wasn't she? I'm almost certain she was the one who was just sitting in our court for absolutely ages. I could be wrong, though. I could be thinking of someone very similar in name, but not quite. Anyway. What is it? I wasn't expecting guests. A woman comes out the back rooms in a dress that was once expensive, but is now moth-eaten and heavily mended. Her posture and gait give away a noble upbringing. She seems to be in her 40s, though some pain or suffering must have worn her beyond her years, leaving wrinkles across her face and grey in her hair. I am Marchioness Clarida della Fiorni. Welcome to my manor. I'm afraid I have nothing to offer you, nor do I have the honour of knowing you. To what do I owe the pleasure? Hello, Mother. Octavia? Gods, my Octavia, is that really you? It's been so many years. The Marchioness steps forward to hug her daughter, tears in her eyes, but she stops when she sees Octavia's stony gaze. You're Octavia? You're? My last memory of you is selling me to the slave traders. You dare call me yours? Oh, I didn't think she got sold. I thought she was kidnapped. Did I get the wrong end of the stick here, or did Octavia not tell me it? Anyway. Cruel words, but fair. Octavia, my child, let me tell you what happened. I must have got the wrong end of the stick. It's assuming we already know this. Anyway. Afterwards, you may decide on your own what to do, even if it means you never wish to see me again. All I need to be happy is to know that you are safe and sound. I'm listening. Who was Octavia's father? A pathetic wretch, and nothing more. A visiting elf swept a silly young girl off her feet and vanished as soon as he learned she was expecting. I care not to even say his name. He at least made one good thing in his life, right? There are potions for those who don't wish to have children. They aren't expensive. Octavia's voice is sharp and cold. And what would I have done then? What would I have do without you? Reg, don't. Not now. How did Octavia become a slave? My father, may his soul rest in peace, was a very stern man. Some would say cruel. When he found out I was expecting the child of some adventurer, he expelled me from the house and cut me off from any inheritance. I scraped by on my own for 3 years, sewing, teaching, and the like. But then father discovered he was dying, and the Della Fiorni line would end. So he told me he would leave the full inheritance to me, if I would only get rid of my disgrace, get rid of you. And so you did, traded me for an inheritance. I see. Nobility, to be sure. Rigongar spits on the clean floor. Reasonable. I forgot we were bringing along Jathal, but that's great given context. Right. No, it wasn't like that at all. I had a plan to deceive him, you know? I made arrangements with a man from the Technic League. He was supposed to take you to Numeria, keep you there until my father died, and then bring you back. I was trying to do what I thought was best for you. Do you understand? I wanted you to grow up in your own manner, in luxury rather than poverty. But once father was gone, the man from the Technic League said he didn't remember any such arrangements. He said he bought you and had already sold you, and had no idea where you were anymore. Presumably because Octavia had magic and made her more valuable, I'm assuming? So why didn't you buy her back? I had no idea where she was. Octavia, believe me, I continued to look for you all these years. I spent the inheritance hiring sleuths and investigators to scour Numeria and the River Kingdoms for you, but you were nowhere to be found. The Marchioness wipes tears from her eyes. I knew you were still alive. I could feel it. I never stopped searching. I just wanted to see you again just once, to at least beg your forgiveness. Well, what do you say, Octavia? What is there to say, Mother? You're such a fool. Octavia sobs. You think we wouldn't have done fine without a title? I'd have grown up, learned some craft. We'd have been poor, probably, but at least we'd have been together. The Marchioness and Octavia hold each other tight. Will you stay? At least for a little while. There's so much to talk about. Isn't it dangerous for you here, though, with just a couple of servants? There's a lot of disquiet in Patax right now, and trouble all around. Magical beasts, barbarians. I live in Saros now. Have you heard of it? It's recently established. Maybe you can move there. I'll be able to tell you what I've been doing all this time, and show you all that I've achieved. Oh. So, her being in my court all that time was a bug. I get it. Okay. Oh well. Saros, as you say, my child, I'll begin packing immediately. Octavia hugs her mother again. I'll be waiting for you. I'll give the order to pack and call for a carriage immediately. See you soon, Mother. Oh, okay. So that was all fairly alright. Yeah. Right. Are we done here?
Done and done.
Oh, Octavia could unlock doors. Perfect. Is there any loot in here, or are we actually just done? That seemed very straightforward. Although I did kind of get the wrong end of the stick, but maybe Octavia didn't tell us everything, or maybe she said it in a way that was less obvious. I don't know. Anyway. Then it seems like a good conclusion. Wasn't very many choices in here, to be honest with you. Like the other companion quests, some of them good, some of them bad. They all kind of gave a choice to us. This one was kind of like, come here, hear the story, and leave.
The path is clear.
Oh no. But I guess that makes sense. There really wasn't anywhere else that one could go. In terms of it. Wasn't like Red. She's not going to just murder her. Yeah. Anyway. So we're done there? Cool. Let's enter Patax. Where are we going now? Let's go to the academy. We didn't go there previously. And good place for Lindsay to go, you know? See what's going on. Also, is that Highborn at Heart finished or not? That's an interesting one. No, I need to go speak to Octavia. Okay. That'll probably be like 20,000 XP, I'd imagine. Just checking this doesn't lead out anywhere to the sides. Oh, it does. Oh, okay, cool. Let's have a look at the sides then.
Tread lightly.
Doesn't lead too many places. Now, you see, I'm seeing this kind of thing and thinking, was this meant to be like somewhere, was this all filled in before the fight? As in before the fight with Iravetti? And did we miss out on that? Or is this just scenery? It might just be scenery. There is some nice music here. Kind of cool, although I think it might be Patax's music. I think, have I heard that before? Might be Patax's. I don't know. They probably reuse a few tracks here and there. Right. Ooh. Interesting statues. Nope, nothing to that side. Nothing to that side. Alright, well, we'll continue climbing up. I get the feeling that the outside is just the outside. Yep. Okay. Are we allowed in? Or are we just allowed to look at the academy? Here's the academy. You may look, but to not touch. Okay. So there's absolutely nothing here, which tells me that we were meant to come here before Iravetti's thing. That kind of sucks, because we kept hearing about all about the academy, like non-stop heard about the academy from Lindsay, and then we don't get to go. Well, I mean, we could have gone, but it wasn't obvious, okay? But that's fine, whatever. We'll move on. We'll go talk to some pirates who are having trouble with their captain in the tavern. Yeah, okay. That brings us out here. Is this all identical to how it was? It's looking identical. There is some loot here that we never picked up.
Applause, please.
Yeah, we'll have that. There's loot all over the place that we never picked up here. Scroll of Contaginogen Shakes? Okay.
I'll go ahead.
Interesting. Anything over here? Nope. Just checking that we haven't missed any loot. I don't think that we have. There's not an awful lot here in Patax, by the looks of it. Yeah, it's a very odd place. I wonder whether if you did different story things, you would spend a lot more time in Patax. But it doesn't seem like it. It's very odd in how it's designed. Anyway. Is there anybody still here to talk to? No, they're just citizens. Okay. I wonder if the people are even still in the tavern. Oh, they are. Cool. So, previously, we had Blutmund here. And somebody said, have you seen Blutmund? So, let's speak to Blutmund. A grim man with long brown hair and an unpleasant face is drinking in a corner alone. He doesn't seem pleased with your attention. What do you want, missy? Who are you? And who are you? I'm a pirate. A sailor on the prestigious. Just a sailor. Sailor Blutmund, if it pleases you. Satisfied? What do you think of your stay ashore? Haha, we never should have relied on Blake Moore's punctuality. He's a special person, that one. But never expect him to know what time it is. As for me, I don't care so long as there's enough beer. Why are you sitting here alone? Because I don't need company. That's a hint in case you didn't notice. The sailor sighs heavily. Why is it when a person drinks alone, everyone wants to join him? Over there's a whole crew of sailors eager to share their tales. Alright, farewell. Ah, yes. Alright, well, I guess we'll speak to him later. Let's just do a little recap on this one. So this is the... Not that one. Wait, which one is it? Do we have a quest for this one? I guess we don't have a quest. We were just told to come here.
The path is clear.
Okay. The guards got him. Prepare to breach the prison. Oh, there he is. Oh, it was a jokey thing. It wasn't like a where's Blutmund. Hey, innkeeper. A grumpy halfling tavern keeper stares at you gloomily. His voice sounds indifferent as he recites his memorized greeting. Greetings from the best tavern in Patax. How may I help you? I need some supplies. Oh, we could have bought camping supplies here. Are you kidding me? No, we couldn't. Okay, well that's... Oh, no, we could. Well, that's just... You know. Well, we're just going to have to live with that. But yeah, that could have helped out a lot. That definitely could have helped out a lot. Do I want to buy anything here? Probably not. No. I'll just deal for that amount. Anyway. How are you doing? Are you guests behaving themselves? As my dear lady tragically lost her eyesight, can't you see what's going on? The pirates will soon tear this tavern apart, board by board, and the guardsmen don't dare come in here. How are things going in the city? Great. King Urvetti is dead. Long live the Queen Sorceros. A whole new life. Except for the same old thieves and the same drinking and refusing to work. Otherwise, everything is just grand. Alright, we'll talk next time. Come back again. Good riddance. Alright. Let's speak to the captain. A tall, confident man stands before you, wearing a fancy hat and a charming smile. Ah, visitors! And whom do I have the pleasure of addressing? My name is Captain Martin. There have been so few new faces in the tavern recently, for some reason. Can I be of any use to you? What are you doing here? We have a rendezvous with a most outstanding artist, but he's rather late. My crew needs a way to blow off some steam or their bloodthirst will get the better of them. Is there some way you can help me? You see, not so long ago I commissioned a wizard named Blakemore to create a grimoire. It should be an amazing book, a masterpiece of calligraphy and fine art. Blakemore is a phenomenal genius and an author of some mighty tall tales. Alas, punctuality is not one of his virtues. He's not so good with people at all. Blakemore has lived too long a hermit. In fact, we don't know where he lives. If you ever cross paths with him, and you can somehow bring back his grimoire to us, my gratitude would be immense, and of course we'll immediately set off without disturbing the peace of these good citizens. Alright, I have a question for you as a ship captain and seafarer. Our ship has visited every single port in the world. I know a few things that'll surprise you. I've never heard of you. Who are you? You haven't you heard? Perhaps you're not interested in art. I am the famous Captain Martin, commander of the pirate ship Prestigious. We are masterpiece hunters, art thieves, welcome guests in the house of collectors and connoisseurs of beauty. I admit, King Urvetti himself hosted me at the palace more than once, and he's always been satisfied with my gifts. Tell me about your crew. Oh, our crew is a team of extraordinary ladies and gentlemen. Callus, that elf who was picking a fight so gracefully when you entered, he's a true master of boarding fights. The senior sailor Shagnak is quite funny and a witty fellow like no one else. Of course, sometimes his orc half prevails and and his tricks start posing a danger to others, but everyone has some flaws, right? Barbrum is a true dwarf and a natural-born ship's treasurer. His budget always squares with the treasury, although one time he strangled a sailor because the treasury couldn't cover his salary. But in the end, his budget was spot on. Over there in the corner, that's Blutmund. I've never had a more gloomy and rude man. They say he was once a crewman on the ship of the damned, but I'll wager that's all just a tall tale. And of course, let's not forget my first mate, Weller. He's my right hand, man of impeccable loyalty. And don't tell anyone I told you, but he's a great fan of art. It's a pity he hides his passion, though we all know about it, of course. Martin winks conspiratorially at you. Tell me about your travels. Oh, that would be a long story. I can say without exaggeration, there's no sea in the world we haven't sailed. I've traded with the Kilishites. Kilishites? Let's go for that. I've traded with the Kilishites. Talked with the sages of Absalon. Traded gorgeous carved masks from the Garand Aborigines. For rum. Fought off the Ulfan raiders who come in the middle of the night, howling like wolves. I participated in the regatta organized by the Aspis Consortium, taking honorable seconds, and only because of the dishonest ploys my rival, the Hurricane Knight himself, Captain Kurdak Bonefist, leader of the Free Captains and ruler of the Shackles, gave me that magnificent rapier as a gesture of respect. Alright, I'll listen to your stories later. See ya. Well, farewell then. You can always find me on this drunken sandbar, of course, until the east wind spirits us away, haha. Alright. So we gotta find the...
Tread lightly.
Yeah, we gotta find Blakemore. And that's a new quest now. Yeah. I'm definitely just gonna go and find Blakemore instead of, like, doing a mutiny. Right.
Let us be
Cool.
careful.
I think it's time to head back to the capital then. Yeah, definitely. I haven't really done a lot. Well, I mean, we spoke to Octavia's mother. We talked to the pirates. We got a new quest. But you know what I mean? Like, there's not been any fighting. I suppose we had a lot of fighting in the palace, so it makes sense the game's giving us a tiny break, you know? Although I suppose it's not. We could choose to go and fight things. We're just not. Okay, let's head out. Right. Out here. Yep. Yeah, I don't need any of that. We'll leave. I'm trying to think. Should we do the... Yeah, I think we should do the thing on the island as well. Again, on the way back. Because, obviously, I've not done that. Because we had to do a little bit of time manipulation. Yeah, let's head up here. Right. If I remember, this one was fairly quick. We're not going to do the full reading and all that again. We're just going to go to the island. Right through... oh, yes. I called out to my friends. Then I used my diplomacy. We talked a way out of it and we got the bracers. Yeah, that was that one. And that got us golden vision. It's an illusion spell. So yeah, basically something to sell. There were some more things over here we needed to do. But I think we're going to go back to the capital and get a different team to go and do those things. Yeah. And then we'll just start clearing things out. Ooh, new kingdom event. What's the new kingdom event? Guardians of the World wound. We failed. Yeah, fair enough. I knew we were going to fail it. Because we didn't put anyone on it. And we also failed Fate backdoors. Because we didn't put anyone on it. Projects. Peace for the Afflicted. Last resort. So, there's rioting in towns and villages. People are taking to the streets to unite against the common enemy, the Queen and her supporters. It's time to act firmly. An advisor must solve the problem through force of arms. Okay. We also have addressing the kingdom. These require a long time to solve. Do I have anyone who's coming free soon? There's the first, right? And we have Feast for the Afflicted, which we can do, but let's just see. So, people who are going to be free soon. It's the 1st of the 8th. So, in 2 days, Tisana is free, and in 2 days... 3 days, Jubilost is free. Okay. So, let's have a look here. The Magyar can do that one. Addressing the Kingdom cannot be done by anyone there. And Last Resort. Jubilost is free? Jubilost can do Last Resort. Yeah, yeah. Okay, well that's fine. Storyteller comes off soon. Was Storyteller one of the ones for Addressing the Kingdom? No. Okay. First one for that. So we have... Jathal is free on the 7th. Is that okay? It might be. Jathal is free on the 7th. When's Magyar free? He just started a 60-day thing. Okay, did he actually just start a 60-day thing? Yeah, he started recovery from the war. Okay, that's unfortunate. I hope we're fine. We should be fine. Yeah. But we'll start some of the others when we can. Right. Teleport back to Pharos. And we'll do a rest and then speak to Octavia. Yeah. Rest in the mate. No, we want to go to throne room and rest there. Yeah. That way we have to do less loads. Because we have nothing to sell, because we sold it to the innkeeper. There's no point going to the main square first.
I need to catch my breath.
Hello. I am happy to see you, O most worthy one. A new gift and stories await you. Yes, okay. Please accept this fine item. It has been crafted according to the traditions of the Vudrani craftsmanship. Even in the impossible kingdoms, possessing something so precious would inspire awe and envy. I thank you. Yes, okay. So she's got some stories for us to speak to her about. That's fine. What's Menace? The one-handed dueling sword with brilliant energy, enhancement 3 in finesse wielding. So it gives them +2 luck bonus to CMD and a +2 luck bonus to CMB. Huh. Combat maneuver defense and combat maneuver bonus, I think. But we also don't need that. It's a one-handed dueling sword. Well, I mean, the only person who could use it is Reg. No, you can't use it. Okay. Cool. Rest. That's fine. We'll head out here. Hopefully the world has not fallen apart in the time that it's taken us to leave. It doesn't look like it. Cool. Let's speak to Octavia. Right. What's up, Octavia? Octavia stands beneath the tree. Okay, I guess we're meant to do this outside. Looking once again at the fibula with Della Fiorni's coat of arms. Well then, no more mysteries. I know who I am now. Octavia gently pins the fibula to her clothes. Hereditary Marchioness della Fionori. Beautiful words for someone called, hey, you, all her childhood, aren't they? Now, Your Highness, please address me solely as Your Excellency from now on. Octavia trying to maintain a solemn expression, and less than a few seconds pass before she breaks into laughter. Kidding, of course. In all seriousness, I'm just happy to know my mother didn't betray me. This was all just a mistake, a terrible, idiotic mistake. But still fixable. Now I have a family. Apart from our own insane team, of course. You, Reg, Lindsay, I wouldn't leave you for the world. Well, how do you want to go here? No, don't burn everything. Don't say she was a terrible mother. I never would have forgiven her. Is your life and your decision. I'm not here to judge. I'm glad I could help. I like that one. Lucky to have a daughter like you. I think lawful is potentially the way we go for it. Yeah. The Marchioness is lucky to have a daughter like you. Truth be told, she didn't deserve your forgiveness. Maybe she didn't. So what? Unlike justice, mercy is meant for those who don't deserve it. If all I ever thought about was serving justice, I would never have let Janusz go to save those poor souls. Would that have been better? Well, Your Highness, what's next? You have the entirety of the Grand Della Fionori family as your loyal vassals. Whatever you have planned, I'm with you to the end. Oh. 28,000 experience is what I have planned, Octavia. 28,000 experience. I guess Tisana's still got a day left. Oh, we didn't do a full day, I guess, on that rest. Okay, fine. So, where do we go now? Obviously, every one of our members is busy. So, I guess we head out and clear. Now, we just clear areas? Potentially, yeah. Kind of an odd thing, isn't it? Like, we're kind of just... Oh, wait, no. We have a quest. We do have a quest. 1001 Questionable Stories. We have that quest. We should do that. And the Impatient Pirates, but I assume that means wander around Patax. And, of course, most importantly, we have the Ravenous Queen quest with the puzzle, which is something that we can now have a look at because we've got time. And time was our biggest thing there. Although I do want to actually take Patax before we do anything else. Like, in Patax, because I want to be able to explore that area and do kingdom management at the same time. What's also interesting is if Bald Hilltop is in 91 days, right? Well, it's about 91 days away now. That kind of makes me think that we're 90 days from the end of the game. That would be my assumption. I mean, we're level 16. There are another 4 levels that we could potentially hit. But I just don't... Well, I suppose we've pretty much done... Oh, wow. New amulet. But we've pretty much done all the quests that we could do, right? So, actually, no, it doesn't make sense that we would be under-leveled. So if there is a way to hit level 20... Oh, I guess the way we hit level 20 is you don't have shared XP on. And you just, you go out of a smaller party and then you can hit a higher level, potentially. I don't know, maybe. Ooh, Telefinori Crest. Okay. So, +6 enhancement bonus to Charisma and Intelligence and a +5 bonus to all saving throws. That is a very, very high buff to Charisma and Intelligence, although she already has Intelligence from her headband. Not quite as good as her Beholder of the Wind. Although, that actually doesn't give her any dex, because she gets dex from her Belt of Physical Form. Alright, so that might be fine. Do I have somebody who needs dex? You don't get any dex. Yes, you do get dex for that, never mind. I could give it to one of them, I suppose, but... I could just sell it. Yeah, let's just sell it. Why not? Hey, Asuf. Golden Vision. Yep, sell that. Yep, we're keeping that one. Good. We'll get another 34,000. Just the way I like it.
Tread lightly.
Right. I could get more BP with that, but I don't necessarily need any more BP. So yeah, let's head out. I think that's absolutely fine. Yeah, we're now in that stage of the game again where I'm like, I don't really know what's going on, but I'm also not entirely safe because we've got the bit where the game could just end on us if our kingdom management is bad, which it is. I'm just taking a different party. Is Amiri the best secondary we have? Because that one's actually the only slot where I have a question. Because Tristian, obviously our best priest. Lindsay, obviously coming with us all the time. It doesn't matter. She is pretty good with the buffs, but it doesn't matter. She's coming with us. So, that's our middle line. So, back line, we got a question between Jubilost and Ecundio. I think Jubilost is more fun to have most of the time. I think Ecundio, though, it's equal. Let's say equal in fighting skill. Potentially better, depending on the fight. Yeah, so that pretty much means, do we want to take Jathal, Reg, or Miri? Or Knock Knock? They all have their benefits. I'm going to take Knock Knock this time. I think Knock Knock has a lot that he can do that Amiri doesn't. Amiri's pretty much just a giant wall. Like, she just kind of hits things. No, wall's the wrong word, but you know, like, she is the bastard sword that she carries. She hits things hard, and that's pretty much all she does is hit things hard. Knock Knock, he does that, but he also he applies some debuffs, and he also doesn't die very easily, which puts him up in my estimations a little bit. Right. Let's go out. So, where is this 1001 questionable stories? He is somewhere. Made her new home in the South Nile Marches. So she must be in Trollos. Yes. Well, let's teleport there. I mean, it literally takes 0 time. I mean, that is a thing. Time is now on our side a little bit more because things take 0 time to do. That definitely helps a lot for what we've got going on here. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see how things end up. I'm tempted, if things crumble again, to just give in. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't need to speak to him, do I? Let's just check. No. Alright. I think she's over here. If I remember right. Yes, she is. It's Shania. Hello. Shania is happy to see you, O most worthy one. Rest your legs and listen to my stories. That is, if you've got nothing more important to do, such as assisting me in a delicate situation. We've already spoken to her about a lot of these, haven't we? Yeah, I think we have. Anyway, what sort of help do you need? The Vudrani priest proffers a small scroll. This was written by my father. It was meant for a family that has lived for centuries near the home of my relatives in Absalon. Life has scattered us all across Galarian, but we never gave up hope of reuniting with those we once knew so well. My father asked me to pass this letter to a member of this fine family, if I should ever happen to stumble across one. As I have recently discovered, one of them lives nearby. The noble Hasuf trades in your capital. I confess I am too nervous to meet him. I fear my anxiety will cause me to behave inappropriately, and I may disgrace myself for that. Would you assist me in fulfilling my duty and deliver him this letter? I do not believe my heart can be at peace until this letter is delivered. One cannot be a master when beset by such distractions. Alright, sure. I can do that. Hasuf, definitely. You know, I get nervous when I talk to Hasuf. Oh, we don't get to read the letter. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Hasuf's a cool person. Makes sense that she'd be intimidated. He's also the wealthiest person in the world, so, you know. I mean, that's the only explanation I can come up with for how he can buy all my junk. You know, I come to him with a pile of magical items, and he's like, yeah, just put it in the back. That's fine, I've got some money. Oh, and do you need some any BP to go with that money? Yeah. Okay, so Seros. Beros and Seros. Yes. Main square, actually, yeah. We don't need to go to the throne room. We can just go back to the main square. This might be a very, very quick thing here. Just wait a second. Let me have a look at the name of the quest here for a second. I think I got the reference. 1001 Questionable Stories. Oh, is this the reference to, what's it called? Oh, it's the book, it's the stories where Aladdin comes from. The 1000 and, I think they are 1001 something, something, something. That's where I'm going for. Like, I think that is it. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Let me just find that out. Aladdin Origin. Original story came from Arabian Nights. What was the Arabian thing called? Ah, there we go. It is one of the tales in the book of 1001 Nights. Ah, okay. Oh, there we go. So, 1001 Questionable Stories. That makes sense. Okay, and sorry, what you gave me the hint as I was thinking merchants, the one from Aladdin, 1001, and I was like, ah, I got the connection.
I'll go ahead.
Okay. Avudrani asked me to give you this letter. She claimed that your families know each other. As soon as she finished speaking, Hasuf snatches the letter from your hands and immediately breaks the seal, quickly running his eyes along the lines. His face grows pale and his hands clench. He takes his time ripping the letter into tiny pieces, enjoying the process. Damn, that disgusting wretch and that entire family. They decided to send me a letter, as though I don't know that only poison trickles from their mouths. After calming down a bit, Hasuf turns to you. You probably did not know what was in the letter. All the better. You shouldn't burden yourself with a feud between families living on opposite sides of the world. You did your part, and I am grateful to you. At least, for caring to deliver this letter to me, though it was written by traitors. Your intentions were pure, of that I am certain. Alright, farewell. I guess we need to go and speak to her again?
The path.
Yeah. Like, what's she up to? That's kind of weird. Hey, don't take the long way round. Just go into this area. You see, it's not that difficult. You just walk in a straight line. Okay. That was kind of an odd reaction. No, this letter is horrible. I don't know. Not entirely sure what's going on there. Well, hopefully we'll find out in a second, won't we? Okay. Back over to Trollos. Right. Fantastic. Lowercase, obviously. Hate it. Oh, wait a second. It's all the ones from a certain point in the game are lowercase. I wonder whether that happens, like whether that was a thing with one of the patches. I don't know. Like maybe it never allowed uppercase and one of the patches allowed it or something. I don't know. Anyway. She's over here, isn't she? I took the exact same wrong path as I did previously. Right. Hello. I am pleased to see you again, O worthy one. What brings you to me? Well, Hasuf tore the letter into shreds, all the while cursing your family. Shaniha peers at you in surprise, but her melodious words come off her lips effortlessly. He wasn't pleased? How sad. This reminds me of a story that took place a long, long time ago. Please, let me enlighten you, O worthy one. Alright. There once lived a mighty warrior by the name of Prokhor. His mother was a white shark, and his father the most lustful, the most inventive of all mortals. Prokhor inherited his fearlessness from his father, and from his mother his strength and his thirst for blood. His skin was as white as milk, and his sharp, crooked teeth grew in 3 rows. There wasn't a warrior in the world who was stronger or more warlike, and he served the Maharaja loyally. No, I'm just thinking. No, I'm trying to think of the process for how the shark and the father, but, I'm not going to think about them together. I'm just going to move on and assume that this is metaphorical. One day, Prokhor defeated the poisonous dragon Sruvrava, who turned rice fields into nauseating marshes. But Prokhor did not notice that Surava had scraped his white skin with his talon. Infection entered the hero's body, and he grew weak. He lied down to rest, and remained there for 1,000 years. Nothing could awaken him, even all the strife brought on by the fight with Kothogaz, the dance of disharmony. Once he finally awoke from his slumber, Prokhor discovered that his homeland had been ravaged by this terrible attack. He slept through the battle, Disgraced, he moaned and set off for a faraway gorge, where he would deliver his body to the scorpions, that they might eat his flesh and hide him from his shame. For 3 months, the scorpions ate his white skin and ruby flesh, but still the warrior endured. Even when he was eaten, Crokhor did not die, for he was truly great. It was then that Bundha, the singing butcher, came to him. The immortal Rakshasa told him that great was Crokhor's shame, but more shameful still would be run from it like a coward, rather than atone for it. Crokhor's spirits were rekindled. He arose through sheer force of will, forged himself a new body out of iron. He accomplished many great deeds thereafter, and in the end he regained his position of honor and nobility. As you can see, both honor and disgrace may live in the same body, even though it may belong to a person of worth. Why, then, cannot my family's deeds be both honorable and disgraceful at the same time? Yes, my kinsmen have spilled much blood trying to destroy Hasuf's family, but it was also they who first decided to seek out peace. I am grateful that I have been able to fulfill my duty, no matter the price. Go now, O worthy one, for my heart has gained peace, and my mind has attained clarity, which is so important to a true master. Alright, see ya. Right.
Tread lightly.
Ensure nothing distracts Sheniha. How do I do that? Oh. We've got 2 things to speak to her about? Never mind. We're going to speak to her again then, I guess. Hello, Sheniha. What's up? What am this time? Sheniha hands you a heavily worn piece of metal. I have heard, O worthy one, that there lives a storyteller in your realm, whose eyes can see into the memory of things. Please, show him this. It was the tip of a spear that once belonged to my esteemed ancestor, Vu Balak. He was fated to live in interesting times, for it was then that Kothogaz, the dance of disharmony, spawn of Rovagog, attacked Vudra. 1,000,000 Vudrani came out to fight him, and amongst them was the cleric Vu Balak. Kothogaz walked across the ocean, and the water reached only up to his waist. He was covered by a mighty shell like a beetle, and the slime from his body covered the waters like fat, calming the waves around him, and his many mouths dripped with spittle. Kothogaz cried out with the putridity of its breath made creatures faint, bleeding from their eyes, their nose and their ears, while the monster's saliva burned through everything it touched. Trust me, for I have seen stones that were touched by this poison. Vubalak, however, called forth the priests, and they cast their magic. The ocean boiled, and Kothogaz began to boil in it. The whales came surfacing all around him as he screamed, and his chitin hardened, becoming more and more fragile until finally it cracked and crumbled. Finally, Vu Balak saw the heart of the dance of disharmony. He jumped so high that his mighty body blocked the sun, and the stars shone in the day. He then threw his spear and shattered Kothgaz's heart into 101 pieces. We have managed to gather some of the pieces, but not all. Perhaps if the storyteller were to read the spear's memories, he would be able to tell where the other pieces went. Then I might collect them to honor my mighty ancestor. That would be a truly heroic deed. Perhaps the path of a hero is what fate truly has in store for me. Alright, I have to go. See ya. Okay, so now we head out and we bring the spear fragment to the storyteller. We can do that. That is possible. Right. Back out this way. Oh, there is an exit at the other side. I should just use that exit, but whatever. We'll head out this one. I like teleporting. Imagine how many days we would have wasted going back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, back and forward without the teleport. You know? Teleport just makes everything just a little bit easier. Right. So now we can just go, hey, I want to go back to Pharos. Has any time passed? Literally none. Well, actually, time does pass in real time as you're in the game, I think. As you're walking around. Because I think we saw that at one point. I realized that to be optimal, you would have to pause all the time. So you just, like, have to play the game paused when you were thinking. Well, whatever. I'm not going to worry about how many days I've wasted doing that. I probably haven't wasted any. Yeah. Okay. Right. Because I think if we look here, this does actually tick down. But, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I went to the wrong place as well. I should have gone to the throne room. Actually, you know what? Instead of going to the throne room, also a very weird pathing she took there. I should speak to Hasuf. Never mind. See you later, Hasuf. That's fine. I do like how everyone bows as I go past them. You know, it's a certain sense of power that we got going on here. Just walk near enough to make them collapse.
Let's head.
Right. In we go. Now it's time to speak to the storyteller. Yes. Hello, storyteller. Avudrani asked me to show you the spear fragment. Can you tell me anything about its owner? The storyteller touches the spear fragment. When he speaks, his voice sounds weak and depressed. We've been walking for 10 days. The caravan's owner is swearing and scratching himself. It seems the fat slob has got some bad mosquito bites. I think he's regretting his decision to bypass the border guard through a smuggling route. Half the porters have upset stomachs, likely due to drinking water from the stream I found yesterday. I guess there must have been a reason it reeked. I walked in the front, trying to seem respectable and intimidating. Otherwise, they might not realize I'm lost. The trouble really started 3 days ago. I only saw the map once, but there was definitely supposed to just be one path here. We found dozens. Only an experienced guide would have been able to find the right one. Of course, the caravan owner thinks I am such a guide. I told him I've been running this route for 10 years, that I know every bush by name. I really needed the money. They wouldn't let me run up my tab anymore. There's a whistle, and then a hooting from the bushes. Bandits! 12 ragged, filthy people with rotten teeth and sunken eyes. Not much worse than us now. Rise from the bushes. Their hair and clothes amiss. I raise my spear and scream threateningly, which usually scares off the weaker ones, but not these bandits. They get close, I swing, I stumble. I'm falling and I hear something crack. Did I break a bone? No, it was the spear. I fell across the shaft, practically sitting on it, and it snapped. The bandits attacked, his bludgeon spinning overhead. Terrified, I crawl under the cart. Members of the caravan are being slaughtered around me like cattle. It was an evil hour when they chose to trust me, Vu Balak, a sham guide, a drunkard and a sad coward who inadvertently led them all into a bandit ambush. The storyteller hands back the spear fragment, his forehead covered in sweat. What an unpleasant memory. I do not believe the owner of this piece was a meritorious individual. Do I actually have any artifacts? I do. Cool. I wasn't sure I actually had any artifacts. Okay. So now we have to decide whether we tell her the truth or not. I understand. And here's the moral conundrum is it better to believe that Vu Balak was a hero of one of our ancestors, or is it better to just be like, nah, he was a coward and hid underneath the cart? Okay, we can do that. I'm just going to tell her the truth. Just being honest with you here. That's generally the way I just go with these ones, where it's like, you can tell a lie or you can tell the truth. And I'm like, I'll just tell the truth. If you tell a lie, all that's going to happen is you're going to get into this thing where it's like, but you said this previously. You see, that's how you get into a Chthal situation. You say, yeah, I'm okay with you resurrecting someone from the dead. And then you're like, well, okay, I guess I'm okay under these circumstances. You push your limits a little bit, and then she goes, all right, well, if you're not opposed to me resurrecting someone from the dead, then what's the difference here if she was already going to die? You know, you already said that this was fine. If you didn't think it was fine, then why did you tell me to do it? You know, you got that kind of, you got me moment there. Yeah, see, 1 minute has passed. Cool. Although is that real time? Doesn't seem like real time to me. I guess maybe in conversations it doesn't carry on, which would make sense. It's Trollos, yes. I temporarily forgot where we'd been going back and forth from. Not a good sign for my mental health, but you know, not many things are a good sign for my mental health. Right. Let's carry on here. You don't generally get good signs for mental health. They're generally only bad signs. It's either okay or it's bad. There doesn't appear. There's not. You don't get many people who are like, Yes, it's fantastic. I suppose if you have a good memory, maybe I'm just talking rubbish. You know what? Let's move on. Right. A storyteller has seen that your ancestor was a coward and a failure, not a hero. I am sorry. The Vudrani frowns, then her face lightens and a smile crosses her lips. This is not news that I expected to hear, but still, is this news all that bad? For it means I need not sail back to Vudra, but may instead continue my work here. This reminds me of a story. Maharaja Kiban Sald etched his glorious name in history when he conquered the kingdoms of the genies. He spied on the descendants of the goddess Janasini, the Garuda, and saw how they charmed snakes by playing their flutes. Through these secrets, he discovered a way to charm and bind the genie to his will. Kabin Sald openly declared his new mastery for all to hear, and in doing so he insulted their race. Emissaries from the vizier of the genie, the genie of air, I guess I think that's pronounced genie as well. Anyway, I don't know. Came to demand an apology from the wizard. It might be Jin. It might be Ginny or something like that. Anyway, whatever. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Demand an apology from the wizard, only to be turned into slaves and their bodies bound in chains. It was then that the Malak of the fire Jinn, known as the Ifrit, sent his assassins. They hid in a cloud of dust and approached as the mage was sleeping. But they did not know that the wise man had taught his servants his techniques. While he slept, the servants captured the assassins. The Pasha of the Shaitans, also known as the Earth Genies, sent his finest warrior, Turmir, to the destroyer of palaces. By his command, Kibin Sald's palace fell and turned to rubble. The cunning wizard foresaw this, however, and fled to the island of Julmere. Tumor chased after him, forgetting that the waters of the oceans could not hold his heavy flesh. As he began to drown, Kibin Sald sent ships to save him, but only after Turmir swore to serve him. As compensation for the palace he destroyed, the genie was commanded to build the pure temple of the Maharaja that was 100 times more beautiful than the one he destroyed. Trust me, for I have seen this temple with my very own eyes. One of the royal Marids, the genies of water, came to free his brethren from captivity. Of all the genies, he was the wisest. For 3 days, Kibin Sald competed with the genie in the art of poetry. At the end of the third night, Kibin Sald was so exhausted that he was about to take a ceremonial dagger to open his own veins. The genie, however, was first to admit defeat, and entered a copper vessel, which the wizard then sealed. It was thus that history came to know the Maharaja as the great conqueror of genies. As you can see, your actions may have been seen as valorous by some, and heinous by others, for it is still forbidden to utter the name of Kibin Sald amongst the genie, so much is it hated. Let others think of you as a villain or lunatic. All that truly matters is that enlightenment and devotion to your own goals blooms in your heart. It is decided. I shall continue my work on my path to mastery, and will create a masterpiece which will immortalize my name. May it serve you well, whether I be praised for it by your friends or cursed for it by your enemies. Cool. I like it. Okay, and that was definitely, with all the genie talk, that was definitely referencing, you know, the 1001 Nights, or whatever it was called. Yeah, that's cool. I liked it. Nice story-rich episode that we just had there. Right, so I'm going to end the episode here, and next time we're going to go around the map and basically clear out any areas. So there's a lot in Pathfinder we need to clear out. Probably going to walk through 1,000 Voices and get some vision there, and see exactly where everything's going. Although we also need to do kingdom management, and I am not allowed to forget it because the game might end if I forget it. Right, I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.